everybody, this is Gavin and look, Laurie.
Hello! Hello, I'm here, yes. I've let him
From Three Tones and the Truth. Anyway, so yeah, we're about to sort of head out for a bit of digging today. We've got ourselves a bit of ploughed, as you can see, right behind us here. We're in the midst of continuing with the detecting in this Iron Age site, where there's been, you know, an Iron Age barrow found, and yeah, lots and lots of different kind of relics and stuff that have been found sort of like across the years here. So we're working with an archaeological sort of project in seeing what we can find using the metal detectors. So the weather here is just, it's lovely. We're very fortunate in that it was absolutely chucking it down with rain earlier on there, but what's that?
Swearing.
Swearing?
Swearing, that's a swear word in America.
What
You
is?
say that. The P word.
I didn't say. I said chucking it down with rain.
Oh,
Yes.
okay, sorry.
Yeah, it's chucking. Is that an American swear word too? Okay, there we go. See, it's educational, this, isn't it? So, yes, chucking is perfectly acceptable, but not the other word that I won't say that begins with a P. Anyway, we'll see you when we find the first hoard of hammies and such like, and Roman artifacts and Iron Age stuff from thousands of years ago. Ta-ta.
Tony's is the first signal that I've had that hasn't been a bunch of iron. Had some really interesting thing. I have no idea what that is, if anyone knows. A giant bit of key to the, I don't know, castle or something. Let me know, and I shall put it in the comments below and let me know. So now, but I do have a signal in this hole that's actually kind of started out iron, but I dug it out and then it changed. So I don't know if there's a piece of iron or it's just a piece of iron that's moved, so now it's not giving me an iron signal, but we'll find out what it is together. So you won't hear the pinpointer because it's going through to my headphones. Oh, I think I see it. I don't even have to dig anymore. It's another one of these, and I've had, this is the third one I've had so far today, so sigh. But I'll check the hole, and if there is anything interesting, I will show you at the end. Okay, folks, so whatever was there that was giving me that decent signal is still there. I'm not sure why the pinpointer isn't, now it's picking it up. It wasn't before. So, I think it's, where are you? Over here? Oh, screaming at me just there. So, let's see, has it come out? Oh, I think it's still not anything good. I think it's probably a horseshoe nail, eh? Oh well, keep on digging. Right, Tonys, I have finally gotten an interesting signal from this hole here. I've had to switch off of field mode and gone into park because all I was getting was iron signals. All it was seeing was iron signals. Tons of nails in this field. Just was not having a good time of it. So I put it into park, and then I went about 50 meters with only the occasional little chirrup, and when I stopped and checked them, they turned out to be iron. But this one is not. It's ringing up in the 20s. It was ringing up at 20. It's probably an aluminium can, because that's what they ring up, but maybe not. So let's see. Now you won't hear the pinpointer because it's linked to my headphones. This pulse dive is just in here. Oh, and hurrah, it is a 3-ring lead bullet. So that's a very cool find. We're happy with that. Hopefully Gavin, who's down there, is having better luck and is not just having tons and tons of lead, iron as well. But we'll check up with him and see, because as you can see, there are little bits of sleet bouncing off of me at the moment now, so we shall bag this one. It's a strange signal at 20 because normally lead is in the 50s on the Simplex, but I have learned to just pretty much ignore the signals and I dig by tone now. Things can be so very different. You can have a 71, which will be a pound coin, or a squashed up tin can. So you know, it's tone. I have to dig by tone. So that was 20 in this field, but that's kind of cool, and it's a pretty big one. It's hit something, so we shall find out more about that if we can, and we'll let you know. See you on the next interesting hole. Tony's, literally just a couple of feet away, I got a sort of a kind of very, very faint signal that didn't have any numbers at all. I didn't know what it was. I switched it over to field mode from park to get a better signal on it. It was giving me some numbers, but they were jumping all over the place. It was 45 one way, 90 another way, 25 another way. I thought, well, I'm going to take the top of the clod out and just see what it is. And then it started getting a bit irony, and I thought, oh no, well, I'm going to find it because I want to know what it is. When I got this out, it started going crazy. It was a really high, you know, hysterical signal. It was very, very happy about something, which is always worrying because it's usually aluminium. But it was ringing up in it was sitting at about 70, 71. So I thought, okay, let's find out what it is. So it's just in here somewhere. Let's see what we can find. It's sort of screaming there. Oh, okay. So just what I was saying to you about how signals on this simplex can be. 71 can either be a pound coin or it can be a squashed up tin can. Well, on this occasion, it's a pound coin. And it found it, I'd say, it's about 6 or 7 inches deep over there. And yeah, so that can go in the bank, and we can use it to buy a loaf of bread if we can actually find one. But anyway, on a lighter note, well done simplex, and that's the beauty of using all the different modes. You can search on park. It may not quite hit this and get a number, but what it will give you is an indication there might be something there. You switch it over to field, you have a listen. Is it iron? Is it not iron? And it tells you whether you want to dig it or not. And on this occasion, I definitely did. So thank you very much, simplex, and we'll see you on the next good signal. Hello everyone. That was really quick. I know for you it was a second, but for me it was about 3 or 4 steps. And then I've come across this signal that is somewhere between an 18 and a 22. So that's generally aluminium. So let's see what kind of a tin can bit we've got here. It's coming in just in here somewhere. So, oh, now it's stopped. Where are you? Right there, squealy squealy. Is it that thing? No. It's definitely out the hole. Oh, maybe, is that it? No, that's not it. That looks like lead anyway, which shouldn't be at this signal. Or that number, I should say. Having just told you, though, that numbers don't matter with the simplex. Right, it is just in there somewhere. And I can't see anything. Oh, there we go. What's that? What's that? What's that? That's it there. So, I don't know if you can see all of that. I'm getting used to this chest camera thing. So, that is, what is it, a little top off of something with a little, some sort of thing down there. I don't know. But, yeah, it's definitely not a piece of aluminium can, whatever it is. And, it's interesting. So, anyway. We'll keep on digging, and we'll see you at the next interesting signal. Now, folks, I do have to show you this, which was coming up all kinds of crazy signals, and this is on park, and it was fairly deep down, and it was just... there wasn't really any grunts of iron at all. It was 9, 10, 11. Once it was out and it was on the ground, then there was grunting iron, but it was still crazy jumping all over the place. Very, very light. Gonna be a piece of end slag, or very possibly a piece of coke. But yeah, it's not every signal we dig, and sometimes the signal and the sound is there, but the find is not really what you're wanting. But we will move on to the next, and we'll keep on digging.
Has a large nail collection.
Oh yes. And they've thrown them all in the field.
Yeah.
And you're finding all of them. sorry, Simplex is very, very unhappy to be near the Nox because the Simplex doesn't like any other electronic equipment.
No,
And so
play
she
with
is,
others.
no, so she is having a tantrum because I brought her over near the Nox. But the Nox seems to be having quite a predilection for finding nails, which isn't much fun.
Yeah,
Let's
because
move you
I'm
over.
just trying
There we go.
to dig everything, you know, every decent signal, just
Yeah.
to sort of see what sort of comes up. And every decent signal is a nail.
Is a nail.
Yeah, I mean, I've actually had a couple of holes back there that I was digging, and then just sort of stuff just sort of disappeared, and it wasn't on my spade or stuck to anything, and I was, you know, chucking over the dirt and all the rest of it, you know, just trying to see whether maybe it was something I could put on its side or something. But no, and it's just, and eventually I just had to basically give up on it because it was.
I think it was just a tiny bit of iron somewhere.
Just sort of disappeared somewhere.
Well, it probably was iron that was being discriminated out after you moved it.
Yeah, that's probably, yeah.
And that's why it went away.
That's a good point, good point.
Yes.
I mean, I've got something in here.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, well, we
We've
can
had
watch
a
you.
nail.
Oh, we can watch and see. We've had a pound coin.
Oh.
Yes, a modern pound coin, old style, and a strange little copper thing. But I've had to switch to Park. I've just gone to Park and cut it all out.
Yeah, funny enough, I've literally just gone to Park on this hole.
Yeah, no, I've gone to Park, and if I get a little sort of scratchy signal occasionally, the pound coin was one of those, not sure, and switched it over to Field to get a better signal on it, and no, it still wasn't completely right, but I dug it to see what it was, and it turned out that it was a pound coin. Oh, and we have a 3-ringer bullet.
Woohoo!
That's hit something, so it's kind of cool.
Better than nails.
But better than nails, that's it, and that's exactly what I said when I dug it up. It was ringing up a 20, which lead doesn't normally. No, lead's normally in the 50s, but it was a good strong signal, and it wasn't iron, so even a can would have been okay. And look,
Lo and behold, it's a nail.
it's a nail.
Hooray! Another one for my collection.
Yes.
I think I'm going to become one of those people who collects nails.
Collects nails.
Yeah, why not?
Oh, I'll have to build you a shed for that. You're not having the collection of nails in the house. We can give them all to the archaeologists that this field belongs to. Here you go, you can have your nails. Oh well, try and discriminate more out and
Yep.
and see if you can get rid of it. And there's a very, very cool bit of a bottle there, just eyes only find. That's quite an old one. And it's lovely in blue. So we'll throw that in the bag for the
nice
people
bit
that
of, nice bit of shiny.
log stuff for where it is in the field and all. So there we go. That's a nice bit of blue something to go in with our bits of chain and strange hook things and all the other stuff. We'll see you. Yes, and multitudes of nails, and we'll see you on the next interesting hole. Okay, folks, I think this is a piece of iron, but it's ringing up in the very low 90s, and there is an iron signal around here, and it's jumping around a bit, but just to be on the safe side that it's not some kind of silver, let's dig it together and see what we can see. That is on. It's not reading it at all. That's a bit strange, because the Simplex is going mental that it's just here. But he's saying feels like there's something maybe there. I can't tell if that's actually reading the Simplex. No. Okay, what's over here? Something over here it's very excited about. Just in there. Still very excited. She's screaming her brains out literally in my ears. But I'm not seeing anything looking remotely like a kind of a find, so that. Aha. Big old nasty, nasty, nasty piece of plough. Ah. Meh, as Meryl from New York Detecting says. Meh. Plough. Edge of field. On to the next. Okay, folks, the nasty weather's kicked up again, and I hope I'm not going to have to like block out the sound on this, but I may have to because the wind is really kicked up. But we've got 1920 here, so we're going to give it a go. I have since found a button, which you will see in the closing credits, that also rang up in 1920, and a strange piece of some kind of I think it's brass or something, or maybe bronze, that also rang up in the same range. So I shall put those in the closing, and this looks to be, oh look, 1920, we finally got what we're used to with that, and that's nasty old foil. That's our usual. So there we go, and we shall carry on and keep digging. And hello Tonys, that's us now done with this big field, or done with our time on this big field for today. We've gone around the outside, half of it, not even 2/3, half of it. And yeah, I'm afraid that it wasn't the most successful journey for Gavin. He didn't have much fun, and that's rotten, because part of the reason I want him to come out and do these is to get the bug like I do and go out and find things, and it's exciting, and he wants to go every time I ask him, instead of going, oh no, it's raining, I'm not going out there, oh it's snowing, I'm not going out there.
No, it's been a beautiful day today. It's been great. We're in a fantastic location. I mean, that's just in amidst finding all the loot of nails that I found. It was, yeah, a real tonic to just look up, from the dirt sort of every now and then and just see this glorious location. So
yes, we're very fortunate in where we can detect, and there were some interesting finds. One of the things the archaeologist asked me to find was to find them some slag like I'd found on the Iron Age field, because it's something they need to document, and he's very keen on it. And I did actually find him something not quite as good as the one from the other field, but pretty good. So I think he'll be happy. You saw the pound coin that I dug and the bullet. There's a button that I will put in the wrap up. Another strange brass thing that I'm not sure what it is that I dug, but it was a combined signal, and it was trying to say that it was iron, and so I wasn't really sure, so I didn't film it. And then another thing here just by the gate, another strange little brassy coppery thing. So yeah, bronzy maybe instead, because it is Bronze Age settlement just over there. So who knows? But yeah, I'll clean them all up and put them in the wrap up, and you can have a look. And yeah, and yeah, I have no idea if I'm looking at the right place on this, because I can't see the screen at all. It's all shiny from the screen protector in the sun, which is probably a good thing. We've got the sun out, the sleet went away, and yeah, so we're just going to head on home and clean up. I'll probably go back out to the park, and Gavin says he's had quite enough. He's got enough nails to shoe, I don't know, the Kentucky Derby, eh? Where are the horses? But, there's days like that. It's a new field. We didn't know what it was going to do. It may be better in the middle. Maybe all the nails have migrated to the edges for some strange reason. But yeah, got a few cool things, and we'll find out what your lead thing is. It doesn't look like a pop mend. I think it looks maybe like it was an old lead button and the shank is broken off.
Yeah, it's just a strange looking little thing.
But it's very strange.
Yeah.
So yeah, we shall get it cleaned up and put it in the after. So thanks so much for joining us. Joining us on our journey. Journeying us. I think that we'll shorten it. Joining us on our journey, and we'll see you next time. Keep on digging.